Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on QCTV and North Metro TV. I'm Pete Anderson alongside Blythe Whaley, and we have a double dip here. The first game of this Section 7 4A semifinal features the hometown and number 1 seed Blaine Bengals taking on the 4th seeded Forest Lake Rangers. And Blythe, these two teams met, but it was way back in December 4th to be exact. And it was not a very close game, but both teams right now are expecting a tight battle in this section semifinal.
Yeah, of course. When you get into the playoff atmosphere, it certainly helps. And of course, that game, Blaine Bengals won by 25 points. But right now, what is working for Forest Lake is that they've already seen Blaine play. How are they able to go into practices that they had coming up to this game and be able to prep knowing their style of play? And like you said too, later in the season, they're back maybe in more of a groove than they were back then.
Absolutely. You figure at the beginning of the season, you're still figuring things out, and you're still understanding what you've got, what those rotations need to look like. On the Blaine side, they started out hot at the start of the season. They beat the number 2 seeded team, first game of the year, and it wasn't a close game. And they continued their run on this 20-6 season under second-year head coach Bernie Ward. They just kept going, and they earned that 1 seed. They earned the opportunity to play here today at home in front of their home crowd, and it's all starting with their starting guard, Shiloh Ayute.
Yeah, last year they finished 6th in conference, and this year they're finishing at the top. I mean, you can tell the work that they put in the off-season coming into this year, but ultimately right now, when you think about them coming on this, they're only on a 2-game win streak. Of course, they've seen how it can look when they're not playing their best. They've lost some games. They're battle tested. So regardless of what happens in the beginning, they kind of know how to get out of a funk if that happens in the beginning.
Scoring-wise, they are led by, as I previously mentioned, Shiloh Ayite. There was head coach Bernie Ward, and following Ayite with the 20 points a game, Henry Siemens has 14 a game. Tula Gemta averaging 12.2 a game. Tip is done and underway. We are ready to go. DJ Westman with the ball for the Rangers. He's got it on the wing. Drives on Henry Siemens. Shot from the near side corner. No, it's pulled back. Now it's the far side wing. Shot and good for Jaden Dillard. Dillard averaging 16 points a game, leading the Rangers on the season. Westman coming off a 26-point outburst against Coon Rapids in the 4-5 game last Wednesday.
You got to think about it too, Pete, is Dillard didn't play in that first matchup back in December, and so having him out there on the court is only going to help.
Gemta passes inside, it's deflected and turned away. Connor Johnson got a hand on that for the Rangers. Westman looks inside, he's closely defended by Ayite. Dillard looking inside, trying to find some help with Alex Sanchez. Sanchez will dribble it back out to the top. Tight defense by the Bengals. Shot launched for 3, and it's good. 2 quick 3-pointers for the Rangers. This one off the fingertips of Dane Dearson. Siemens underneath. Draws the contact, can't get the bucket to go, but he'll go to the line and attempt to get the Bengals on the board. Good find on the inside. Henry Siemens is a hard worker on the court. He will run the entire length of the court. He's going to put himself in harm's way to try and help his team get those buckets from the free throw line. A little bit off on the first one.
And we always know free throws are important, and especially when you get into a playoff atmosphere, all of these points count. So you head to that free throw line trying to put through those freebies.
Much better stroke there for Siemens on the second, and puts the Bengals on the board. It's a 6-1 lead for the 4-seeded Rangers. Westman marked by Siemens as he comes across half court. work it across, getting in their offense. Now back on Westman inside the arc. Near side, Sanchez puts it on the floor, gets up with the right hand, too strong off the glass, and this one will go off of Sanchez, out of bounds, and it'll be the Bengals ball coming the other way.
And I think the biggest thing for Blaine right now is how do you just settle into this game? Of course, they're sitting down by 5 right now. They know that they can play good basketball. So how do you just rely on the confidence that you've built this season and let these first few minutes just getting through it and finding the ball through the hoops?
Siemens turns, rises, and fires. Can't get it. Aite comes down with the rebound, then loses it. Still on the floor is Owen Clark. It's bouncing around, and this is going to go in Forest Lake's favor. That ball knocked loose about 3 different times, and the Bengals just never giving up on it. Dillard brings it up for the Rangers, gives off for Sanchez on the wing, closely marked. Inside, and a foul is going to be called. That one's going to go against Gavin Olson. Olson thought he had good position straight up. Will not be a shooting foul on the floor. It is the first foul of the game for the Bengals.
And something for both teams to take note is just what the refs are calling. You're seeing that the refs will blow their whistle, so how do you make sure you get in good position?
Westman wanted to fire. Siemens was all up in his grill right away. Dillard gets the ball stolen right out of his hands by Siemens. He gives it up, and it's tipped away, but out of bounds by the Rangers, so Bengals will inbound right there by their bench. Aite in the backcourt. Quickly comes across to Olsen. Inside, it's Siemens. He'll dribble it back up top. Clark launches way beyond the arc, and that one no good. Rebound comes down for the Bengals. Clark puts it on the floor, into the lane, and it goes off of his legs. He mishandles it. Sanchez comes away with it. Another turnover for the Bengals. Westman now marked by Aite, and they're not letting him get hot after that output he had against Coon Rapids on Wednesday. Westman with Olsen in his face. He'll hit the 3 right there, and 3 made threes for the Rangers gives them all the points that they have right now, 9-1. Gavin Olsen drives the baseline for the Bengals, kicks it out. Aite from the left wing. That one rattles in, and the Bengals have their first field goal here this afternoon.
That's exactly what you have to do if you're the Blaine Bengals, is you have to find a way to answer back, especially right now.
Westman gets by the defense and launches and hits another one. He's got 3 threes here tonight, or this afternoon already. Bengals on the other side. It's a 12-4 game in favor of the 4th-seeded Rangers. Down low, Siemens finds Olsen. Olsen goes up and lays it in. Nice bucket, good vision there by number 2.
And something to take note is, of course, those outside shots start falling. It's going to help open up that middle, exactly what you saw that ball go through.
And baseline official said that was just an out of bounds, but the official over here correctly calls either the 2-hand shove or the swat across the arms. And so Westman will go to the line for the Rangers. Gavin Olsen picks up his 2nd foul here in the early goings, and just like that, we see a sub coming in for the Bengals. Westman makes the first free throw, first subs of the game. Gavin Weir comes in for the Bengals, and for the Rangers, it's Jarrett Cooper and Isaac Matazinski. Westman, good from the line for both. 14-6 the score. Gemta. And we're going to have an off-ball foul called against the Rangers. And that goes against Dane Dearson. Gemta will inbound in front of the Forest Lake bench. Aite, just a tightrope walk in front of the timeline as he caught that before getting to the backcourt. Aite still on the ball, gives it up for Clark. Clark launches the three. That one in and out. Aite gets the rebound. A lot of contact there. Goes back up. No good. Ball comes back out. Siemens in rhythm. No good off the front iron. Rebound on the second chance attempt goes to the Rangers.
You got to appreciate how many opportunities they had.
Sanchez down low. Nice feed. And the lead is up to 10 for the Rangers in the early goings. Tight defense on both sides. Gemto driving around, trying to turn the corner. It's partially blocked. The Rangers coming the other way. Put on the floor by Cooper. Sanchez didn't have an angle, puts it on the floor, losing it. Still on the floor. Siemens, of course, and it's going to be a jump ball. There's a ball on the floor, and Henry Siemens is on the floor. He's going to be on the floor as well. That is his MO. He is a high hustle, high energy player, and he is not afraid of getting dirty.
And for semifinal Saturday, it's those type of plays that are going to win this game. The guys that are giving it their all. They're on the ground, helping their team get second chance points, another possession. All of those things add up down the stretch.
Timeout was taken. It's a 30-second timeout by the Bengals. And we'll take a look at the Section 7 4A bracket right here. You see the first round results. Blaine got here by defeating Cambridge Isani. Forest Lake got here by defeating Coon Rapids, a 9-point victory back at Forest Lake. Later today, we'll also be on the call for the Andover Duluth East. The lone upset in the bracket in that first round came with Duluth East beating Anoka over at Anoka on Wednesday. Blaine will inbound underneath their own basket. The 10 and 17 Rangers out to a 10-point lead here. We're under 13 minutes to go in the first half. Gemta on the dribble, gives it back out. Weir gave it to Aite. Aite denied getting entrance into the lane. Now he gives it up for Gemta, who's going to launch the three. Right side, no good, short of the rim, and redirects out of bounds. Forest Lake basketball.
I mean, that's something that Coach McDonald was telling me before this game is their goal is to make Aite uncomfortable and not in rhythm. And I think that's the biggest thing is right now, you've seen that happen when he was just in the lane.
Westman launches again. That one is no good. Tapped out. Ball comes free, and good hustle play there by Weir as he is able to track down the rebound. Clark across the timeline, gives it up for Gemta. He'll launch another three. This one's pure. Big shot there for Tula Gemta, and cuts the lead down to 7. And the difference thus far, both teams playing tight defense, it's just been Forest Lake has made their outside shots. Off the steal, up ahead, Gemta and one. The pass ahead by Aite finds Gemta behind the defense, draws the contact and lays it in. He'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three.
Yeah, and that's the type of basketball that, of course, the Blaine Bengals have been so good at this season. You get the stop on the other end, and you go quickly in transition, put those points in, but also draw the contact to head to the line.
Into the game now for the Bengals, DeRoyce Mills. Gemta's free throw is good. Aiden Lavick also in the game for the Bengals. Dillard puts the ball on the floor, into the lane, has it stripped away. Lavick got a hand on it. Here comes DeRoyce Mills, dishes it back out. Siemens puts it on the floor, nearly taken away. Gemta's going to launch another three this side. That's off the mark. Long rebound. Siemens saves it, but to nobody, and so it'll go to the Rangers. Just chaos is the feeling. As soon as the ball gets put on the floor, you start working any type of momentum towards the basket, and both teams collapsing, really just making sure that nothing is easy.
Yeah, you're seeing the playoff atmosphere that everyone's playing at, just that next level, and it's speeding the game up. And that's why when I said earlier, trying to find that rhythm, slow things down, just kind of get back to how they play basketball.
Corner three's good for Connor Johnson. The lead back to 7 for the Rangers, 19-12. Mills puts it on the floor, has it knocked away. He's able to recover. Siemens with the left. Nice spin move into the lane. Draws the contact, and we'll go back to the line. Adam Sorensen picks up the foul as the help defender inside. First free throw for Siemens this trip is good. Into the game for the Rangers, Micah Savaggio, and Dane Dearson comes back in as well before Siemens attempts his second of 2. Both free throws are good. Siemens has 3. The lead is 5 for the Rangers. Bengals are picking up at about 3/4 mark. Man-to-man defense. Dillard inside, looking for help. He draws the contact and drops that bucket in. Got the defender, DeRoyce Mills, up in the air. Made it an easy call for the official. Losing the handle and then the jump stop. Fighting through that contact. Good job there by Dillard. And the extra attempt is no good. Aite back in the game, puts it on the floor, working around. Gets it off for Slavic and then has it right back. He works it to the top. Fast motion offense here for Bernie Ward's Bengals. Aite thought about it, pull up at the free throw line. Instead, gives it up for Mills, walks it in, gets his own rebound, no good on the second attempt. And it's going to be Dillard with the rebound. Dillard into the corner and throws it away. Turnover for the Rangers as we approach 10 minutes remaining here. A lot of contact, a lot of physicality. There have been 7 fouls called. Easily could have been double that.
And sometimes I like that when you're in the playoff atmosphere, let them play, not have as many whistles, but sometimes it does create this type of basketball, which sometimes some of those whistles could help.
Keeping control of the game is absolutely part of the game plan for the officials. Siemens puts it on the floor, left hand, rises and fires. That one's no good. And ball bounces around before coming to Dillard. Shot, no good, off the mark for Dane Dearson. Saved by the Bengals, coming the other way. Siemens with the finger roll and draws a little bit of contact underneath the rim. He'll go to the line as he looks to add to his total. All 3 of his points have come from the line thus far. Henry makes the first. Back into the game for the Bengals is Owen Clark. Not sure I saw much contact there on that one. He laid it up. It was short.
Yeah, we have the luxury of getting to see it again. It's always so tough to get that one right the first time.
Second one, no good. Tapped out. Westman hustles over to grab that loose ball and starts it the other way for the Rangers. Calls out the offense. Westman backs out, gives it around near side for Dearson. Dearson looks inside, finds Dillard. Rangers leading scorer, puts it on the floor, looks across. Dearson steps behind. Now it's rotating around the perimeter. Westman will rise from the elbow, no good. Dillard takes the rebound away from Olsen. Reset of the shot clock. Dillard doesn't care. He goes for the quick shot from 3, no good. And the Bengals start it the other way. Under 9 to play. 6-point game in favor of Forest Lake. Bengals the 1-seeded. Owen Clark gets it inside. Bounce pass finds Olsen. Olsen trying to clear out and create a little bit of space. Shot won't go, but he does draw the contact and he'll go to the line for 2 foul goes against Dearson, his second.
I almost felt like Owen Clark could have put this one up prior to the pass, but it works out for them heading to the free throw line.
First free throw for Olsen is good.
Because regardless, if he would have missed, he had his teammate right there under the net to be able to get the rebound.
Dearson takes a seat on the bench for the Rangers. Second free throw, no good. Dillard starts it the other way. He's picked up by Gemta right at the three-point line. Correction. Inside. And the left-handed skyhook from right underneath the basket for Connor Johnson goes. Extends the lead back to 8. Ayite in front of the Forest Lake bench. Cross-court pass finds Gemta. Gemta lost the handle, but a little bit of contact, and the foul's going to go against Jaden Dillard. Senior guard picks up his second foul with 8:21 to go in the first half. And now, you know, with 8:21, this is the kind of time where you start looking at it. Blaine's already in the bonus. Foul trouble is going to be a definite impact on the rest of this half and then into the start of the second half.
Yeah, but the first things first, they got to make these free throws when they get the opportunity to head to the line.
Third missed free throw for the Bengals. Gemta missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Westman has it on the floor. It goes to the baseline. Now cross court. Shot launched from the three-point line. That one comes back in. Connor Johnson got a little friendly roll here from the Blaine rim. Siemens rises, fires. That one doesn't get the same love on the other end. Westman, long pass up the court into the near side corner, back up top for Westman. Settles it down, still a lot of time on the shot clock. He drives the lane, throws it up, no good. Loose ball still coming through, and it's Ayite that corrals that and brings it in. Olsen looks for Clark on the inside. Now he'll dribble it back out. Olsen launches the three. It looks good. No. Had a good line. It just caught a little bit too much rim. Bounced out near side. 10-point game for the Rangers. Second time they've had the lead at 10. Johnson leaves out for Westman. His three-point attempt is blocked. Olsen picks it up, and his pass drew a lot of contact, and that'll put him back at the line for a 1-and-1, as that's the 8th team foul on Forest Lake. That one going against Micah Savageau. Gavin Olsen has 3 points, 1 for 2 at the free throw line in the first half. First one for Gavin is good. Second one, no good. Lead is 9 for Forest Lake, 26-17. Westman being marked by DeRoyce Mills. Coming across the timeline, gives it up. Now back to Westman. Sanchez. Westman content to leave it on the perimeter. Put in and shot high off the glass. Rebound brought down by Mills of the Bengals. Matazinski was the one that tried to get that one to go.
And I think Blaine's been doing a good job defensively, limiting them to just that one chance, not letting them have a couple of opportunities on offense.
Mills had to regather as he had the ball touched. Here's Westman launching another three. He's got a little bit cold after hitting his first couple attempts from beyond the arc.
See, again, one and done. They had the one shot. It didn't go in.
Bengals with another turnover. He had some early and then kind of cleaned that up. This one just a mishandled pass by DeRoyce Mills. Rangers working around the perimeter. Now they find Sanchez inside. He's working on Olsen, gets it inside, and there's Matazinski with the layup. And Largest lead of the game now for the Rangers, 11 points, 5:49 remaining in the first half for the one-seeded Bengals. Gemta for three, no good. That one's short. Rebound goes to Jarrett Cooper. Westman looking for the long pass ahead for Sanchez, and a little bit too much mustard on that one. Doesn't lay it in the breadbasket.
And as far as the Bengals are concerned, Cade Nielsen, a senior captain, tore his ACL earlier this season. So that would be one of those players, too, that could be helping him out. He was a 3-year varsity player for them.
Gemta from the corner. That one's no good. Clark comes down with the rebound. Aite will launch. That one also no good. The difference, as we mentioned earlier, is just the success rate from three. Forest Lake hitting the majority of their threes. Blaine is not.
That's when you got to weather the storm basketball, a game of runs.
Westman with a hand in his face, and a timeout for Bernie Ward and the Bengals. This one's going to be a full timeout, using 2 timeouts in the first half, but the lead is 14, 31-17. Like, I just didn't expect to see Forest Lake shoot the lights out there like this.
I know, that is really impressive to see how well they've done, especially with the Blaine defense limiting them to a lot of just one opportunity to shoot that ball, but it's going in for them. And I think something, too, is interesting is Coach McDonald told me that DJ Westman, the 5-year varsity player, he means a lot to the team, but he's bringing the energy, he's the floor general, and they go as he goes. And I think we've seen that. Westman has put the ball in time and time again, and it has helped light up this Forest Lake team.
He's averaging 14.2 on the season, but as we mentioned, he poured in 26 against Coon Rapids on Wednesday. He's got 11 in the first half here, and 3 of those coming from beyond the arc. He's just absolutely been the difference maker here in a 14-point lead for the Rangers.
And then also, I mean, both teams have a handful of seniors, and they certainly don't want this game to be their last game. Everyone's fighting to get to that section final, and of course, who doesn't want to go to state on the end of that?
Blaine will inbound in their own backcourt. It'll be Mills inbounding it for Clark, and now Forest Lake is going to come up and put a little bit of pressure, not necessarily a full court press, but definitely a man-to-man picked up at 3/4 court. Mills brings it across the timeline. Weir's pass gets tapped away. Aite wasn't able to save it. Dillard applying the pressure there. And it'll allow Forest Lake to potentially extend their lead beyond 14 points. Westman gives out for Dillard. Dillard working on Gemta. He's denied and gives it off to Westman. Westman, step back 3, no good, off the front iron. We're strong pulling down the rebound, and the Bengals quickly the other way. Aite puts it on the floor, looks back inside, gives off. Now it's Gemta. Clark back to Aite. Aite working hard, trying to get it across. Now it's Clark with the open shot at the top of the key, no good. And the shots that the Bengals are missing, a lot of them are missing off that front iron. Just not enough lift, not enough press on that. And I think this might be an offensive foul against Dillard. Oh, that is going to be against Aite. The way he was pointing down, I thought he was going to call that on a hook. But it is a foul against Aite. It's his first, just the 4th Blaine foul here in the first half. Sanchez puts the ball on the floor, handoff for Dillard. Dillard will launch, and it's in. The threes keep falling for the Rangers, and the lead is 17. They've doubled up the Bengals in the early goings. DeRoyce Mills, his shot affected in the paint, never touched rim. Westman On the elbow, working on Clark, gets it inside, now shot from the outside. That one no good. Weir gets the rebound and then draws some foul. That one is not a smart foul. It does go against Westman. It's his first, but it's the 19th foul. So for the next 3:14, the Bengals know if they draw any contact on either end of the floor, they're shooting 2 free throws.
Yeah, they really have to take advantage of that. Certainly in a time when, hey, maybe not all the shots are falling, an opportunity with the clock stopped to put some points in. But I think the biggest thing right now for Blaine is even to just get to halftime. How can you manage to chip away at this deficit, but get your team to halftime, regroup, and to come back? But how do you get as close as you can in these last few minutes?
Siemens pulls down the rebound amongst 2 taller players and then works his way back in with a nice right-handed hook shot to make it go in. Gets the 2 points on that trip for the Bengals. Cuts the lead down to 15. Ball on the floor. Connor Johnson running out of real estate. He's still holding. Gives it off for Sanchez to eliminate that 5-second call. Westman finds Johnson again. Johnson right at the free throw line. Back to the basket, gives off near side shot, and it goes in! Jarrett Cooper might have been looking for the contact in the 4-point play. Didn't matter, he made the 3. Siemens, pull-up shot. That's an answer. And he's up to 9, game high for the Bengals.
Yeah, that 3 started to feel absolutely necessary, trying to keep this game in check.
Pass on the inside, and Sanchez lays it in. Good vision there by DJ Westman. He's done it with the scoring touch, and now he's starting to find the playmaking touch right there with a great pass and a great cut by Alex Sanchez. 39-22, under 2 to play. Gemta driving the floor, up onto the basket, no good. Rebound comes in, Lavick, and one!
What a play for Blaine. Again, just under 2 minutes to go in the first half, and to be able to sneak one in and then also possibly get a 3 out of it if he makes his free throw.
Second foul goes against Sanchez. It'll be the first trip to the line for Aiden Lavick off the rebound putback. Aiden makes the free throw, lead down to 14. 1:52 to play here in the first half. By my count, it's 3 different members and a near steal by Siemens. Westman strong on the ball to keep it in his possession. He gets it back up at the top. Thought about the pull-up. Now dribbles it back out. 17 on the shot clock. Force Lake. The time is their friend, but Owen Clark steals it. He's running the floor, trying to get past, goes up and in! That's exactly what the Rangers didn't need, but exactly what the Bengals did need. Owen Clark generates the opportunity with the steal, runs the floor, and draws the contact.
Yeah, Owen Clark, he really had a shovel here helping Blaine try to dig out of this hole, and ultimately putting it through and now trying to sink it for the 3-point play.
And that's back-to-back 3-point plays for, well, technically if you count Siemens, that's 3 consecutive trips down the floor where they've gotten 3 points, and it's brought the lead down to 11. Minute 13 to go. Westman spins towards the baseline, loses the ball. Gemta is the one that comes away with it. He'll dribble the floor now. Working it up, trying to cut a seam. Instead, he'll hand off for Siemens. Launches a long 3. That one's no good. Rebound comes near side, and it goes out of bounds. Lavick couldn't control it. Otherwise, that would have been a huge swing of momentum, being able to get that lead down under double digits.
I know you still feel that momentum surging from Blaine, though. Even though they missed that, they're still going on defense, trying to make a big stop under a minute to play.
39-28, 50 seconds on the clock. Westman launches the 3, right wing, no good, it's long. Weir with the rebound, hands off for Clark. Owen Clark hands it off, now gives it off near side, Gemta. Gemta works it to the middle where he gives a handoff for Siemens. Henry works it into the lane, now dishes back out. Gemta launches the 3, didn't really have that one in rhythm. Long rebound comes to Forest Lake. That's Adam Sorensen. And the Rangers can hold for a last shot. They just got to get past the timeline. Westman works his way past. Siemens still pressuring him, not giving him good look. Westman keeping him on the back hip, and that'll draw enough contact. And the foul will go against Henry, his first. Bengals still have another foul to give after this one before Forest Lake would be in free throws. Might be something to just take up time and not let Westman launch a three. He dribbles into the lane, goes up, and he'll get the and one. That's exactly what they didn't want to do.
Yeah, that one hurts if you're the Bengals, just knowing how far you've come in these last couple minutes, trying to chip back in and giving it to him just under 5 seconds to go here before halftime.
And DJ Westman, and he had handled the ball a lot, but he hadn't scored for basically about 7 minutes of game time there. He was sitting at 11 for quite a while. Free throw's no good. 3 seconds on the clock. Siemens has it. Pull up. In rhythm. Blocked. Jarrett Cooper held his ground and gets the block, and it's a 41-28 lead for the Rangers heading into the locker room. Blythe, Forest Lake came out just shooting the lights out. Weathered the storm for the Bengals. Weathered the Bengals storm. Leads by 13. What are the Bengals going to talk about in the locker room to come back out and get back in this game?
I think the biggest thing they have to do is really still hone in on that momentum they just gained in those final couple minutes. Yeah, the last maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds didn't quite go their way, but ultimately how that change in script happened in those last couple minutes, I think, is something that they really have to help have to use to help them come back in the second half. What I really wanted to note was Aiden Lovick. He only averages 2 points a game, and that was a huge play here under 2 minutes to go, and being able to put in the 3-point play to start those last couple rounds for the Bengals.
I'm sure we'll see more of him in the second half as his role has continually grown here through the end of the season, according to the Blaine coaching staff. It's 41-28. Rangers are in the locker room with a 13-point lead. We'll be back here on QCTV and North Metro TV on this joint broadcast. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Section semifinal Saturday all across the state here. Pete Anderson alongside Blythe Whaley, and we'll be back with an exciting finish. Stay with us.
Prepare for liftoff. T-minus 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. We will call the City Council meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Time is 6:30 p.m. I'm calling to order the City of Centerville Council meeting.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to the City of Circle Pines, Minnesota regular City Council meeting.
Take your City Council anywhere.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ham Lake City Council meeting.
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Roll call, Bill.
Lake Park City Council meetings now called to order.
Subscribe to your city podcast on your favorite podcast platform.
Welcome back here inside Blaine High School. Thanks for joining us on QCTV and North Metro TV, a joint broadcast to bring you this Section 7 4A semifinal matchup. I'm Pete Anderson alongside Blythe Whaley. And Blythe, that first half, multiple storylines there. You know, the fouls committed by Forest Lake that could play, have a huge impact on the end of the game. But realistically, the big difference is made threes for Forest Lake, missed free throws for Blaine.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Forest Lake had 9 3-pointers go in, and you just know what a difference that can be if they can come out in the second half and sink another 3, just to know, hey, we didn't cool off, we're still hot. But as far as Blaine, I think right now they're just hoping that the Rangers did cool off over halftime and that they can build off that momentum they started to gain in those last couple minutes.
The lead grew to as large as 17 in the first half for the Rangers. They'll start with the ball here, and we're underway. DJ Westman leading all scorers with 13. And 3 of those coming from beyond the arc. Westman, marked by Siemens, pass out to Dillard, nearly tapped away. Dillard puts it on the floor, looking to get it inside. Hands it off. Near side, looking for some help. Gives off for Westman, 11 on the shot clock. He'll launch a three, near side, that one in and out. He had a shot like that. His last three of the first half rattled around and dropped in. This one does not get the same effect. Pass inside, finds Clark underneath the basketball, or underneath the basket. He'll dribble it out. Aite, just 3 points in the first half for the 20-point scorer. And a tipped pass goes off of Tulagemta's foot, and it's an early turnover for the Bengals. Three starters for Forest Lake all have 2 fouls to start the second half. Dillard is one of them. He rises and fires, puts the nice floater in, and extends the lead back to 15 for Forest Lake. Aite averaged 20 points a game, just 3 in the first half. He needs to come alive. Owen Clark puts it on the floor, looks it up. Gavin Olson on the back doorstep. Uses the glass, and the Bengals' first points of the second half belong to Gavin Olson. Jaden Dillard thought about launching the three and then stepped back, thought about it again. Gemta's reach thwarted both of those attempts. Westman, he'll launch from behind the arc, no good. Both his first 2 three-pointers, no good here in the second half.
Now, if you're the Bengals, how do you take advantage while Forest Lake isn't hitting those shots?
Aite draws the contact, a little hesitation move at the elbow, sucked the defense into a bad position, and Shiloh, that hesitation move right there allowed him to get past Dane Dearson and then draws the foul. That'll be Dearson's 3rd here, just a minute and 3 seconds into, 2 minutes and 3 seconds into this second half. Apologize, thinking about 17 minutes, that's hockey. First free throw for Aite is good.
And remember what I was telling you, Forest Lake coach Kyle McDonald was telling me they're trying to make Aite uncomfortable and not in rhythm. And of course, sometimes that means they're playing high pressure defense on him. How can he find those ways to head to the line, take that high pressure defense and force him to foul him?
Westman with the spin move, drives in and absorbs a little contact. It'll be a foul against Henry Siemens, his 2nd, and it'll be Westman at the line.
You just see how crafty this Westman is, being able to find a way, find an opening.
Free throw's no good. He's visibly upset at himself for pushing that one a little long. You know, the matchup between Westman and Siemens, both offensively, defensively, just what they give to each other. I mean, they're so similar on the floor, the passion, the energy, the grit, the hustle. But, you know, defensively, too, they're both just right in each other's grill when they have the opportunity. Right here, you see it, Westman on Aite. Aite's shot, no good. Olson goes up and fights for the rebound. It'll go to the Bengals after the held ball call by the officials right underneath the basket. Adam Sorensen comes in for Dearson with those 3 fouls. And Clark will inbound underneath the basket. Two players aside, set up at the elbows. Inbound comes to Siemens. Quickly gives off for Aite. They work it around the perimeter. Gemta is going to drive from around the corner and is able to find the angle to the hoop to lay it in. The lead is down to 10 after that Tula-Gemta layup. The pressure defense, and Clark comes out to pressure Sorensen. Dillard, hounded by Aite, puts it into the corner, and nearly losing the handle there was Sorensen.
And Peter, something I think is interesting too about this Forest Lake team is they have 7 different starting lineups this season, which just is a credit to how many players they have that have the ability to be starters for them.
Connor Johnson, marked by Aite. nowhere to go. Now he's picked up his dribble, hands it off for Sanchez, handoff for Dillard. 7 seconds on the shot clock, and it's Dillard rattling home a 3. Anytime that Blaine gets a little momentum, it's a 3-point basket, a huge one. In that situation, it was Jaden Dillard hitting his 3rd 3 of the game. And timeout called. This one is Forest Lake's first timeout that they've called here tonight. And Kyle McDonald, probably just seeing some things on the floor in the early goings that he wants to address and hasn't used the timeout yet. Good time here for it. 13 is the lead once again, Blythe. They just keep relying on the 3-point shot and it falls. What's going to be different if that shot stops falling for Forest Lake?
Yeah, especially, Coach just even putting their identity, when I asked them about their identity, just on their team that can get hot when the ball's falling, and that's from Dillard and Westman, and we've seen that today. But like you mentioned, if that shot does go away here late in the second half, how are they going to be able to play defensively, keeping Aite uncomfortable, trying to keep him as low scoring as he has been so far in this game? Is going to be probably one of those keys to success.
Bengals did average 75 points a game. Clark launches the 3 off the entry pass there from Gemta. A little give and go, and flaring out to the wing was Owen Clark. A big 3 there for him as the lead is back to 10. Westman, spin move to get past Siemens, gets up to the free throw line, and it's Siemens. That's going to be his 3rd.
I think that
Siemens is asking for the hook call, saying he's getting held back right here. And, I tend to agree with the official. I think that's a good call. I think there's good contact there. And
I think you're seeing the basketball IQ there, Pete, from him there, because he's identifying, hey, he didn't hit those first few 3s here in the second half, but what is working for him, he's able to drive, he's able to draw the contact and head to the line.
Second free throw is good. Westman hits them both. He now has a game-high 16. The only player in double digits on the floor right now, with Dillard taking a break. Gemta drives in, and that'll be a foul going against Adam Sorensen. In the first half, the Bengals got into the bonus with about 6 minutes of game time and really didn't take advantage, and a lot of that, missing some free throw opportunities. Aite buries the shoulder and goes up trying to get it call there, doesn't get it. Westman, cross-court pass, finds Sorensen. Now a handoff, back for Westman, settling the offense down. Still marked by Siemens, gets past. Siemens has to let him go with those 3 fouls. Shot from the corner, no good. And rising high to get that rebound is Tua Gemta. Trade off at the top of the key. Now Clark working on the bigger body, and now it's Siemens going to work inside the lane, uses that sky hook. Henry's listed at 6'1". I think that's generous. More along the lines of a 5'10", 5'11", but he uses every inch of that frame to get that sky hook. And then Aite picks off the pass, looking to go up, and a layup in. The lead is under 10 for the first time since more than 3 minutes to go in the first half. This could be the run. The Bengals, you can feel the energy in the building. Westman passes across the timeline, back in his corner. Now he's got it near side for Cooper. Cooper's gonna drive, no, he gives up. A shot from the corner, no good. Rebound goes for the Bengals. Olsen's the one to corral it. 8 points is the difference, 49-41, 12:39 to go in the second half. Gemta slows it down. He's got Sanchez in his way. Gemta's turned that corner with that drive. Couldn't get it. He was denied this time. Clark launches the long 3. No good. Tapped back out by Aite. Clark again. Now this time it's Shiloh. Shiloh puts it on the floor with the right. Backs it out. Hands it off. Clark wanted to launch again. He had Cooper's hand in his face right away. Jump stop in, and wow. Nice touch off the window, and Owen Clark has the Bengals within 6. Westman for 3, the answer! And a stare down for Gavin Olson as Coach Bernie Ward fired up. And I think there might be a warning given there to Westman. Coach Kyle McDonald absolutely saying, yep, we'll talk to him, we got it. Timeout, I believe, is Forest Lake's timeout.
Yeah, I think what's interesting too is you saw Westman, he missed a few threes, still has the confidence to step up there, sink that 3 when he felt the pressure was on. Of course, the Bengals creeping right back in there. That was the closest they've been in a long time, and being able to try to shut that down with still, I mean, we're just under 12 minutes.
11:49 on the clock. It's a 9-point lead. It's been as large as 17. It was 13 at the break. A long timeout. Both teams with 3 remaining. We have an excellent crowd in here, and looking forward. They went to, Section 7. Other sections went to this format earlier, but Section 7 went to it last year. We're the top seed remaining, kind of hosts semifinal Saturday, has all of the fans in one place, and it creates for a really good atmosphere. You get to, a bunch of people get to see some really good basketball, all Final Four teams there. The fans here for the Bengals really showing up. Forest Lake, maybe some more will trickle in here later.
And head coach Bernard Ward for the Bengals, just his 2nd season here as head coach, and Kyle McDonald on the other side for the Rangers, his 5th season.
Clark brings it across the timeline with speed, gives off for Gemta. Olsen puts it on the floor, finds Siemens out of the corner, he hits it! Henry Siemens hits a big shot when the Bengals need it. The lead is back down to 6. Westman coming the other way, he's marked by Aite. Still has it, pounding the floor with the basketball. Siemens there for the tie-up. Ball comes free. Gemta's the one that taps it and corrals it eventually. Aite now dishes things back out. Gemta drives, kicks it back out for Clark. I don't know if that was intentional, but Clark was there as a safety valve. Gemta marked by Dillard. Siemens out of the corner. Puts it on the floor with the left, looking, trying to get around. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Aite got a piece of it, but I think that one is just an out of bounds. No foul call there as Aite goes to the floor. E.J. Westman, he has 19. 26 in the section. Quarterfinal offensive foul going against the Rangers. An illegal screen set right on the free throw line sent Aite to the floor. And you'll see right here, I think Aite might have embellished that one because there wasn't a ton of contact. He just went to the floor. And they call that on Dillard. That's, I think the Forest Lake is asking them to correct on who that foul was, because that was definitely not on Dillard, and they do not want to see him with 3. And they do correct that. They put the foul on Isaac Matazinski, so it's his 2nd. Owen Clark being marked by Jarrett Cooper. Clark finds Olsen inside, and he goes up and over Matazinski. Ooh, dangerous inbound pass. Dillard might have not been in bounds when he got it. Officials don't call it. Dillard hands off, top of the key, and that's a travel Oh, they're going to call it a foul. The lead is 4. It's another offensive foul. 2 straight trips down. It's offensive fouls called against the Rangers this time. And it's that forearm getting up around the head or neck area. That's going to draw the foul. That's the 4th on Dearson. Dearson, an 8.8% or 8.8 per game score, 39% from 3. That's going to be a long time on the bench. Clark launches. He hits! It's a 1-point game! The Bengals have cut the lead down to 1, and the Rangers need to respond. The ball in the hand of DJ Westman. He has 19. Westman working on Siemens. He hands off for Dillard. Dillard with a head fake. Now puts it on the floor. Has to get regrouped as he ran into Gavin Olsen. Shot from the corner. Wow. DJ Westman just ice running through his veins right now. Owen Clark runs the break, gives it up for Olsen. He's blocked, but that's gonna be Dillard's 3rd foul. Dillard's leading that he got all ball, but Olsen will go to the line. 3 fouls in the last minute and a half of game time. Olsen good from the free throw line.
And he's a 75% free throw shooter, and certainly wanting to collect on this as they just within 3.
Lead now back at 3. Micah Savaggio comes back into the game. Jarrett Cooper takes the seat. That's 10 points for Gavin Olsen. Where's number 10 as he makes both free throws? It's a 2-point game. Westman working on Lovitt. Runs out of real estate, but he does draw some contact and a foul. And that foul is going to go against Olsen. That's the only player on the Bengals side that's really in any foul trouble. That's his 3rd. And as a help defender coming across the forearms, that's going to get a call pretty much every time. Dillard rises, fires, no good. Siemens goes up and gets the rebound. And it'll be the Bengals with the first opportunity to take a lead since the very early goings of the first half. Gemta drives, stopped, and has it knocked away. Dillard with some good defense. Westman drives inside, lays it up and in. Nice up and under to get underneath Lovick's defense. Gemta, 3, left wing, good! Tula Gemta is now the 4th Bengal to be in double digits. Westman. And it'll be in Forest Lakes basketball. Westman was looking for contact there. He didn't really have a really good angle as Lovick was all up in him. Clark got a piece of him. And I think, the official calling that Forest Lake basketball might be the makeup for not calling the foul. It did look like that went off of Connor Johnson underneath. Connor Johnson on the inbound, lays it up and in. Lead back to 3. Gemta inside goes for Olsen. Olsen, strong defense. Olsen able to get up and will go back to the line. The foul is going to go against Connor Johnson. His 2nd of the game. And it's that downward swipe. Johnson had good position with the body. He just needed to keep his arms elevated. Olsen strong from the free throw line. He's now at 11 for the game. Siemens leads the Bengals with 14. Olsen has 11. Misses the 2nd free throw. He'll stay there. Tula Gemta also has 11. Clark also in double figures. Shot blocked down low. Sorensen trying to get a quick, easy bucket. Instead, it comes the other way for the Bengals. 2-point game. Siemens a launch for three. He nailed it here. Bengals are back in front.
And this is exactly where you got to use the home court advantage. The fans are right there with you. You take the lead. Under 8 minutes to go. How can you use this environment to help you down the stretch?
Dillard rises up with the pull-up from inside the arc. It's no good. Didn't have as much legs into that as he would have liked. 60-59, 7.5 to play here in the second half. Bengals with their first lead since more than 14 to play. Ayite draws the contact. Oh, they're going to call this an offensive foul against Ayite, launching into the defender. Hits his second foul. That's a big turn of events for the Rangers, as Ayite going to the line would have allowed the Bengals to extend the lead. And a good call there by the officials. Dillard lost the handle. Siemens right there to pick it up. He's going to drive the floor, gets in on Westman. Westman tried to knock it away, and Siemens draws the foul, and I believe that one is going to go on Dillard. That'll be...
And Pete, something that's crazy, and I do have to mention again here after we'll take a look at this.
Good defense there on the front end, and then it's that contact over the back by Dillard.
And I was just going to mention again, of course, you have to think back, as we told you, that earlier matchup this season, back in December, it was a 25-point win by the Bengals. Now looking at what semifinal Saturday can do to teams, you're seeing a lot closer matchup. We've seen the lead changes that we've had, and right now the Bengals, an opportunity to get back to what they were doing in December.
Siemens knocks them both down. He has 19. Game high for the Bengals, and a timeout for Forest Lake as they're down 3, 7:03 to play. And Kyle McDonald wants to talk it over, kind of reassess as, you know, this all really started with some offensive fouls, turning it over for the Rangers, and the Bengals just kind of making it hurt, you know, chipping away. A couple of three-pointers, Siemens hitting some big shots, Owen Clark hitting some big shots, Tula Gemta also chipping in. But, you know, it's not necessarily been one player or, you know, one thing for the Bengals, but the fouls for Forest Lake has really been hurting them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed by this Bengals squad not getting down on themselves, especially knowing in that matchup earlier that they won by 25 points. I think it's easy to get down on yourself early on in this game when that margin for their difference between their points were so big. And I think right now when we're looking at head coach Kyle McDonald here for Forest Lake, he comes from a coaching family, and his grandpa was a coach, his dad was a coach, his brother, sister, and there's so many coaches in the McDonald family, and you have to know that he has a game plan trying to come back here, and now sitting down by 3 to take it to the Bengals here in these final minutes.
The McDonald name is synonymous with high school basketball as you kind of, you know, march your way up the eastern Minnesota northern corridor up through Duluth. We'll see another McDonald later this afternoon, and you know the pedigree's there. What it comes down to is you know, ultimately what of those coaching lessons has really sunk in to his team here as they're, you know, facing adversity with their season on the line. Tap away after Sanchez will come back in after the turnover by Forest Lake on the inbound play. And now it'll be Ayite inbounding for the Bengals. Clark in the back court. And it's DeRoyce Mills that ends up sneaking back there to catch the inbound pass. Mills gives off for Ayite, works on Sanchez, lost his handle, is able to give it back up. Clark out there as a safety valve. Siemens gets his defender up in the air and then draws contact on the drive, lays it in. He's got an opportunity for a three-point play. 21 now for Henry. And he's at the line to try and make it 22.
You see him weaving into the lane, able to put this one through. And I think Blaine has really capitalized on what was working in those final couple minutes of the first half and taken it to the second half and used it to their advantage to get into the lead. But what I think, too, is interesting, Pete, is right now the Bengals, they have seemed consistent throughout this game. Yes, some of those shots weren't going in early, but just that grit and that belief has always been there.
Another offensive foul against the Rangers, and they now have 19 fouls. So the next foul they had, basically Blaine is going to be shooting 2 free throws the rest of the game. And, now with the lead, that means a whole lot more. And that's twice now I think the officials have gotten fooled by a sell job by Shiloh Aite. Good work by him. Aite with the ball now. Works it to the free throw line, now hands it back out for Mills. Blaine willing to now take time off the shot clock. Siemens. Turnaround jumper, no good. Mills works hard on the rebound, never can come away with it. It ends up going out of bounds. 6 minutes even to go here, Blythe. It's now a 6-point lead for the Bengals. The Rangers just need to get composure and really get a good set they've had between turnovers and offensive fouls. They haven't really gotten into their offense here for what seems like the last 3 minutes. Shot from the perimeter, no good, doesn't hit anything. Jarrett Cooper not online. Shot from the corner, it's good! Owen Clark! Forest Lake gonna need to score in bunches. Sanchez puts it on the floor, looking for some help. Turns around, cross court, finds his teammate. That shot no good, too strong, back iron. Sanchez gets the rebound, and his shot no good. It's finally Jarrett Cooper that draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. And Forest Lake, they've been stuck at 59 points here for a hot minute.
Yeah, they're going to have to continue to get these rebounds because you're seeing some of those long shots not sinking for them. Of course, you got to nail them from the free throw line, but ultimately, when those shots aren't going in from deep, you have to have those guys in there working hard to get the boards and some more opportunities. But what I think, too, right now in this stretch is realizing that those shots aren't going down. How are they able to pass it around, find an even more open shot?
0 for 2 from the free throw line. Forest Lake stuck on 59. Clark gets around the corner, nice little teardrop, no good. Gemta thought he had the rebound, instead it goes to Connor Johnson. DJ Westman puts the ball in his hands, he'll launch a 3, no good, he can't get anything to fall. And the Rangers just seem snake bit to get into the 60-point range. Crossing that threshold has been tough. Clark with the reverse layup. What a feed by Gavin Olson. Another timeout for Forest Lake. And they'll have 1 left. The lead is now 11. What a swing. It was 17, as much as 17 in the first half. It was 13 at the half, and now the Bengals have come all the way back. They lead by 11.
Yeah, we always talk about weathering the storm in basketball. Of course, some teams, you go on a run and being ready when your moment comes. And we've seen Forest Lake cool off, and Blaine almost the exact opposite, heating up as much as they could. We're seeing all the shots fall and even sneaking it in from the reverse layup.
The Bengals motion offense, they do have those cutters that cut to the basket, and it doesn't matter if it's Clark, if it's Siemens, if it's Aite, they're all making those moves. If it's open, it doesn't matter who's got the ball in the perimeter. They don't hesitate, and that's something that Bernie Ward has been known for prior to his head coach, being named head coach here at Blaine. He was an assistant coach and a lower level coach over at Andover, and that motion, that style of play has followed Bernie along the way wherever he's been. Forest Lake looking to break that 60-point threshold. Connor Johnson in the lane looking for some help. Gives it up. And that's Dearson with those 4 fouls. Gives it up. And we've got another foul coming. This one going against the Bengals. I believe it's going against Owen Clark, his first. The foul is the 6th. So this will be an inbound, and Forest Lake now in the 1-and-1 bonus with the next Blaine foul. Johnson corrals the inbound, gives off. Westman creates off the pick, and he'll hit that 3. Finds his stroke and cuts the lead to 8. He's got 27 to go with his 26 he had against Coon Rapids. He averaged 14.2 in the regular season, averaging nearly 30 here in the postseason. Owen Clark tells Aite, clear out. Dish into the corner. That one no good off the wedge of the rim, and this is going to stay with the Bengals. Olsen had it knocked out of his hands, but it's going to stay with the Bengals down underneath their own basket. Gemta works around to the left side. Now dishes back out for Siemens, who corrals it in, gives it up for Aite. Clark through the lane, gives out for Olsen, and gets swatted across the hands as he was going up for an easy layup. That foul will be the 5th for Dane Dearson. The junior fouls out with 3:24 to go. His team down by 8. 2 free throws coming up for Gavin Olsen. He's been solid at the line. That was part of the comeback, was Olsen making his free throws, especially here in the second half. The Bengals missed 6 in the first half.
Yeah, he only had 4 points in that quarterfinal matchup.
Second one no good. He's 1 of 2 on that trip. The lead is 9. Westman calling out the offense. Calling for a screen. He'll use it, goes to the rim, and no contact. Official saying it was straight up. The basket does count, so the lead down to 7. Westman has 29. Tapped away, good steal, and then Siemens still fighting for it, picks up that loose ball and goes to the rim. Henry Siemens has 24. Dillard lost the handle, and it goes out of bounds. Blaine basketball. Wilson went to the floor hard on the other side.
Yeah, it got knocked away again, but it almost looked like Westman had tipped it out right to his teammate back there.
Pass down low, finds Olsen inside, no good. Good defense by Connor Johnson, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bengals. 2:39 to go here in the second half. Blaine out to a 9-point lead. Inbound finds Gemta. He saves it before it goes into the Bengals bench. Clark from the wing puts it on the floor, trying to get past Westman. Now back out for Olsen. Gemta working inside. Ball's tipped away. Westman comes away with it. Pass ahead, finds Dillard. Tipped forward to Connor Johnson. That pass from Westman, trying to just make something happen, getting it to his playmaker. It was a dangerous pass. Dillard doing a good job just to get a hand on it. Here we'll see the replay. Trying to thread that needle. If it would have been a clean tip to Connor Johnson, he would have been able to have an easy layup, but goes out of bounds for the Rangers.
And the time's really getting down there. Just 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the matchup.
Inbound comes to Gemta. He's marked by Dillard. Nearly lost the handle, and a timeout by Bernie Ward from the bench.
I think it's a good idea for Blaine to take this timeout. Now getting to this lead, they're up by 9 and wanting to talk things over. How does he settle his team down and give them an opportunity to win this basketball game.
Absolutely, and the other big part of the equation there is potentially setting up your inbounding plays against the pressure defense. What are you going to do when you have 4 players in the backcourt? Who's leaking back? Who's going to try and spread the floor? Having that conversation, as previous conversations were probably just talking about how we got to score, how we got to attack, how we have to defend the perimeter. They might not have had that discussion of what their offense is against the pressure defense since before the game.
Yeah, I think too. I mean, we've seen it, Westman getting a hand in there, poking it out on one of these last few possessions defensively, and I think that good reminder during the timeout, hopefully, is probably what Coach was talking about, just making sure, hey, maybe we're getting that ball in, but we're also not dribbling as much. You're going to want to be finding your player on a pass, not giving the other team an opportunity to poke it out.
Aite will inbound. He gives off for Gemta. Gemta marked by Dillard, gives off for Clark, and Clark is marked now by Sorensen. Adam Sorensen, the senior, forced the dangerous pass, but gets called for, actually it's Matazinski that gets called for the contact, and that's his 3rd. So it'll be Owen Clark going to the line for 2 free throws. Owen hits the first. For the season, he's averaging 65.9% from the line. And we'll have a lane violation on that second free throw. Dillard stepped in early, so he'll get another attempt. A hitch in his get-up, got Dillard to step in early. Westman comes back. The lead is 11. Westman throws up a prayer and felt the contact, knows he can get to the line and hopefully knock down 2 with no time coming off the clock. Had that feeling of Clark on his hip, knowing he can rise and utilize that contact to draw the shot. He's got to knock down the free throws, though.
Yeah, he misses this one, but he's had quite the day today. I mean, he's up to 29 points and certainly well above that season average.
Second one is good. That gets him to 30. Coming into the game here for the Rangers is Jarrett Cooper.
Yeah, Westman's season average 14.9, so up to 30 now.
Defense for offense with Dillard coming off the floor. Aite brings it up. A little hesitation move, too strong off the glass, and then the tip off the rebound goes in. Fortunate bounce there for the Bengals. And Westman again.
He's doing whatever he can to try to put his team on his back. These final couple minutes.
Siemens arguing his case, still arguing his case about that contact. I mean, he had a fistful of Westman's jersey. I'm sure he'll watch the video and maybe admit at that time it was a foul. First free throw for Westman is good. Lead down to 11. And he hits them both. Dillard back in for the Rangers. 32 for Westman. It's a 10-point game. Blaine just trying to bleed out the final 100 seconds of this second half. Dillard playing hard in the backcourt, just trying to create a turnover. Gemta's pass finds Siemens in the corner, and it'll be a foul against the Rangers. Siemens will go to the line for 2 shots. Connor Johnson, the guilty party, his third.
Yeah, we come to this point in the game, and it's always unfortunate for anyone to have to have this happen, but of course the seniors on the team that's not advancing, this is their final game and trying to make the most of the final 90 seconds they got.
That dwindling time, you start to see the worry, the anxiety on those seniors' faces. Siemens hits the first, second, nothing but net. Lead is at 12. Westman quickly up the floor, looks, pull up, shot, no good, off the front iron. Clark will run the floor after the rebound, and Westman, hard foul there on Clark, not allowing an and one.
Westman again
Talking
just
there from the bench from Gavin Olson. And it'll be Owen Clark at the line for the Bengals. Owen also a senior. First free throw is good. Second one rattles home, 81-67. Dillard brings it up the floor. Nearly lost the handle, brings it into the paint. Turnaround jumper, no good, in and out. Olsen tracks down the rebound, quickly gives off to Clark. Long pass ahead, finds Gemta. 1:05 to go on the clock. And Owen fights through some contact, and he goes back to the line, knows exactly where he's headed, goes to the line for 2 shots here. And that foul for Connor Johnson, his 4th. Three straight free throws for Owen here. And that one, front rim it in. 83-67, Bengals lead. Westman launches a quick three. That one's no good. Rebound comes down to Siemens. Siemens will dribble out of traffic, gets into the front court. Pass to Olsen, tipped away by Westman. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bengals with 44.6 to go. Westman and Dillard exit. Both seniors coming out of the game. Ayite dribbles through. Siemens dishes off. Shot from the corner. Gemta no good. Starting the other way, and a pass nearly tipped away. Saved into the corner. Comes down low. Matazinski's pass is picked off by Siemens. He just has to get it across the timeline, and this game will be over. 13 to go, and the Bengals can dribble it out. Rangers don't look like they're going to foul. Both teams gather near their benches as the final horn sounds. The Bengals advance to the championship, and what a second half for the Bengals, coming out and 13 points down and finish 16-point victory.
Yeah, I think it's crazy when you think about those first 10 or even 15 minutes of this basketball game, really looking the Rangers' way, and Blaine just hunkering down, knowing that they had the ability to play basketball in this game, and they found their rhythm in the second half, and ultimately were able to hold it off in the end. But Westman, one of those seniors on the other team, having his last game, but he had quite the day today.
41-28 at half, and you look at that, and you're looking, 50-point second half for the Bengals. and they did it in every which way. They got the easy baskets underneath the hoop. They hit from outside the perimeter. They hit from the free throw, which is what they weren't doing in the first half. Just a real, I mean, it's just a point to how strong of a team they are and why they got 20 wins this season.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Henry Siemens, just a sophomore, up to 26 points on the day. And I think he's one of those players that stepped up. And as you talked about, I mean, they started hitting. And in the second half, you started to feel it from all angles on the court, whether that was getting it inside, but also finding those long-range shots to chip away and get in the lead.
Well, the Bengals will advance the section championship. That is now confirmed. It will be here at Blaine High School on Wednesday. And their opponent will be determined coming up here in just a few minutes. You'll catch that game on QCTV, North Metro TV as well. And, great season for Forest Lake. They end up with, a valiant loss to the #1 seed. Blaine looking to continue this magical season in Bernie Warren's second year. Well, thanks to everybody for joining us here on this broadcast. For our crew here inside the building, our crew in the truck, and for my co-host here in Game 1, Blythe Whaley, I've been Pete Anderson. We'll be back with Game 2 here just a few minutes from now. So thanks for joining us, and see you back here shortly.